and welcome to this programme on manual handling in construction, what everyone needs to know. There's no getting away from it. Building sites are dangerous places, and for those working on them, there are any number of hazards to be aware of. Everybody hears about the tragedies and knows the consequences of them. Thankfully, the type of accidents that make the news are very rare, and with responsible companies placing even more emphasis on safety, these are likely to become rarer still. There are, however, many less dramatic accidents that happen all too often on building and civil engineering projects. The most common cause of injury in the building trade is manual handling, the lifting and moving of objects. This accounts for over a third of all the reported injuries. Almost half of these are back injuries, usually either strains or sprains. And that's enough to force even the strongest and fittest of us to take time off work. However, a significant number of these injuries lead to permanent damage, effectively stopping the worker involved from ever working again. The loss of livelihood in this way, either permanently or for even a short period, is all the more tragic because most manual handling injuries can be prevented. It only takes a little time. Of course, time is money and you've got a tight schedule to work to. But if you consider that taking steps that might set you back a few minutes could prevent you from losing days, weeks or months of work through injury, it not only makes sense for your health, it also makes sense financially. This theme has been taken up by responsible companies who encourage their workers, contractors and subcontractors to take time to get health and safety right. It's also the main plank of health and safety legislation, aimed at reducing the £9 billion lost by the British economy each year through injuries at work. Health and safety regulations don't set a rigid regime to stick by. They just place a duty on every worker to work as safely as possible. And so in this programme, we're going to explore 8 principles that underpin safe manual handling. We will then explore a range of practical tips for implementing these principles as you work. These principles include assess the task and work area, having a broad, stable base, avoid bending at the waist, keep the load close, get the load into a good position, avoid twisting at the waist, split heavy or large loads, and secure stacked loads. We will then explore a range of practical tips for implementing these principles as you work, these being make use of mechanical aids, get help with heavy or large loads, reduce the need to stretch, look after your back, keep hands and feet safe, keep workplace tidy.